The third method is observation, and this is depends on the quality of observation of the person who's doing the scanning. So see what is happening, for example, in traffic patterns, land use patterns, layout of city and rural areas, quality of housing, condition of roads. So they take a trip around the city trying to document where are the holes, for example. Condition of buildings, if there's any cracks in the building, especially tall building in downtown. Who goes to a health clinic? So you can always ask people when they are coming to the clinic on their background. Observation is useful when need direct information or conducting tests to collect data under controlled conditions, trying to understand ongoing behavior. There is a physical evidence, products or output that can be observed. Need to provide alternative when other data collection is infeasible or inappropriate. So it's not the best and the most easiest one to use, but sometimes you have no choice but using the observation method. Also, when doing observation, you need to decide the degree of structure you need to imply. Structured, for example, determine before the observation precisely what will be observed before the observation. Number two is unstructured. In this case, select the method depending upon the situation with no preconceived ideas or a plan on what to observe. And you have in between, you have the semi-structured, a general idea of what to observe, but not specific plan how to do it. During observation, you might need to find out what is the best way to record the information. Observation guide might be very useful, printed form with spaces to record and to fill, recording sheets or checklist, yes and no option, tallies, rating scales 1 to 5, 1 to 10, and then sometimes just making sure that this item exists or checklist. Field notes, this is the least structured, so it's an open-ended way of recording a narrative and descriptive style, which is the hardest to do. Our website, for example, like Google Earth, maps and satellite images for complex or pinpointed regional searches, and sometimes using advanced versions for Google Earth, like Earth Outreach version. Guidelines for planning observations. It's advisable to have more than one observer, if feasible. Of course, sometimes it's very costly to have multiple ones. Train observers so they can observe the same thing and document in the same way. Pilot test the observation data collection instrument just in case, for example, was not successful. You can stop the observation, go back to the design phase, and redo it again. For less structured approach, have a few key questions in mind so they don't be surprised when you go and ask them all the questions. Everybody in the team will go and use the same exact questions in this case. What are the advantages and challenges of using the observation method? Related to the advantages, it collects data on actual versus self-reported behavior or perceptions. It is real time versus a retrospective. The challenges are that the observer is biased, so potentially unreliable source of data. Interpretation and coding challenges, so you don't understand what the data means. Sampling can be a problem. For example, if you go to different sites and finish the observation, and then later on you discover that they are not representative of the whole region of the whole country, can be labor intensive due to this a person on the spot observing, so this is very costly and low response rate as well.